Warning, the views and beliefs in the following program does not reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. We give full creative control to our creators and do not believe in cancel culture. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the regularly scheduled programming for this week in wrestling, but this is the Double Shot Nightcap. Viewer discretion is advised.
Live from the MOWM studio, Boom Broadcasting presents The Nightcap. And your host of The Nightcap, mouthing off with Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nightcap, hosted by yours truly, mouthing off with Mike. And ladies and gentlemen, we are live here on a beautiful Wednesday on Boom Broadcasting for the Double Shot Nightcap, the first nightcap of its kind. And I had to bring in a host of a wrestling podcast by the name of Black Masses and Constellations, because she is also a one-of-a-kind podcaster. I got Torin in the house tonight. What's going on, Torin?
Yeah, it's me.
There it is.
How are y'all? How are you? How are you?
I'm well. I can't complain. I'm a busy man.
We're missing
the Prez. The Prez probably at this point in the night, he's probably sleeping. It's probably past his bedtime. He's a little eepy.
Took the words out of my mouth. But as long as you're okay, we got a double header. It is a double header.
We got a double header tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The first of its kind, as you said. Torin knows last night we had NXT on the CW for the second episode. And we also had AEW Dynamite on at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So the last hour of NXT went head to head with the first hour of Dynamite. And as I've seen on the timeline today, Torin, there's chaos. There's chaos. There's turbulence on the timeline today.
Nothing but chaos for sure on the timeline. But how do you think it went? I mean, they weren't competing directly against each other, but how do you think that both shows as a whole matched up?
I mean, it was weird, to be honest with you, to finish NXT and like be right in the middle of Dynamite. You know what I mean? Like it was like NXT started, you had an hour of just wrestling with NXT, and then you flip over, and now you've got two wrestling shows, one heading into the end of its show, one kicking off its show. And it was weird to just kind of seamlessly go for 4 hours and just watch continuous wrestling. Right. I thought NXT was a better show this week than last week. And I think NXT was a better show than the Dynamite Go Home show for Wrestle Dream.
I can agree. Surprisingly, I can agree.
Because I think
is the Wrestle Dream card finalized?
Listen, you know Tony Khan, Torin.
Unfortunately,
the Wrestle Dream card is not going to be finalized until like 12:01 Eastern Standard Time Friday night, knowing him.
That's a lie. He's added matches before I've left church. That's a lie. He will add them the day of. He will do that.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I remember what did he add? Like I think there was an extra match at All In Wembley that just everyone was taken by surprise. They're like, oh, okay, this is on the show now too.
Legitimately, he went to the back and said, "Who all want to wrestle tonight?" Half the locker room raised their hand. He said, "All right, get out, get to the ring." That is what happened. All the extra people, he wrangled them up into a 16-man tag?
Yeah.
If you want to hear our disdain for Tony Khan and his multi-man matches, our all-out, our all-in results videos they're up. Black Masses and Constellations. We enjoy seeing the entire roster in the ring, but Tony Khan, you better chill the hell out.
Yeah, sometimes over once you start talking over 10 people tag match, it's a little too much.
Because then it's no longer a showcase to see everybody. It's like, all right.
It's like what Triple H tried to do on Monday with the women's division. All right, 10-woman tag.
You
I'm gonna get all the
stop
women
it.
on Raw.
You
You know it's
stop.
right. You know it's true.
I didn't say
So
it.
just so you know, at the current moment, we are at eight matches for Wrestle Dream with 1 0-hour match. So 9 total matches and 1 return of Swerve Strickland, with 9 of those matches, out of the 9 matches torn, currently 1 of them is a women's match.
I did say that this morning. Someone said, describe the card. I said it lacks estrogen. And not to be specific, direct, or rude, the one women's match on it, like, it's not even like oh my god, it could go either which, like, it's like, no, we want Willow to win, like, get this over with.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I would rather see Willow win the world title than Mariah retain it, and that's a shame because of how hard Mariah worked to get in that position, and they failed her. Tony Khan failed her.
I don't want to say he failed her, but he's currently failing her, because I'm like you said, she worked hard to get in this position, but it just, as of right now, we probably hit the gas at a time where we shouldn't, but I don't want to see her on commentary. Like the match with what was her name, Yuka?
Yeah, Yuka.
That was cute. It was good, but it's like, it's kind of like Swerve. Every match he was in, I wanted him to lose. Look, you had me cheering on Will Ospreay. I'm like, I don't know who the hell this is, but fuck. Come on, bruv.
Come on, bruv. Come on, bruv. I love it.
Him that whole week. I said, come
on. What did he say last night to Don Callis? You're waffling on about, Don. What are you waffling on about now? I love it. I love it. That's what you can expect, man. Should we start with NXT since it started first?
We can. It emanated from where? St. Louis, Missouri?
St. Louis, and it also just so happens to be the one hometown of the Viper, Randy Orton, and Sexy Red.
Coincidence.
I
I thought that this ring setup, or like this arena, had a better look to it than the Chicago one. I'm not too familiar with like my arenas and the names, but I don't know. Whatever they used last night looked good. So we start off with Trick Williams starting the show, opening promo. Good.
Yeah, I mean, classic Trick Williams getting the hype, the crowd hype for the show. Honestly, that's what I felt.
I don't think he'll ever not get the crowd hype.
No. I think there's a reason why they put the strap on him last week.
Quickly interrupted by Wes Lee. I like the fact that he interrupted him from the crowd. Lets us look at this nice, arena, gets a better feel for, hopefully we can get more places like this for these kids. Yeah, get them on the road. Jey Uso come out. I didn't know Jey was gonna be on this episode till the day before.
Really? You didn't see it after Raw on the timeline talking about Jey was gonna be on NXT?
I didn't. Yes, I did. And I ran with it. I said, okay. I didn't look for any explanation. I said, all right.
You yeeted with it?
I've been waiting for them to get some type of whoop, that trick, something. So the yeet, it was perfect. Perfect. So yeah, cute little opening segment. The match after is gonna be the big two plus Miss Kalani. So Bianca and Jay came out. Little intermingling, a little nice little photo of all of our champions in the ring. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. And I'm glad you said that photo. I'm glad you said that because I did.
You have it on deck.
I did come prepared with some visual aids here tonight on the nightcap. Look at the coordination here, Torrin. I'm a big fan of when even on a one-off. I'm a big fan when teams match and they're cohesive in the gear. And the ladies here tonight, the big two and Kalani Jordan, the future of the women's division, of course, they coordinated in the violet. Is that violet? What would you call this color?
Yeah. I call it a light lilac, a little shimmer,
like a lilac,
a light lilac.
And they look damn good doing it.
They look beautiful. I truly appreciate the consistency with Miss Jade's outfits. Bianca, you already know she probably made this, girl.
Oh my goodness,
She
you're so
probably made
right.
it. Miss Kalani, she's doing what she needs to do. It's giving what it needs to give. It's cute. I was staring at Trick's silk PJ pants, but that's me.
Yeah, what's up with that? My
I don't
man
know.
Trick was my man Trick
We'll
said,
see.
you know what? I'm gonna rock some silk. I'm gonna get some silk on me.
So I'm gonna go ahead and come to you. Tell me about this match. Who did they face, Mr. Michael?
You know who they faced? They
Mm,
faced
mm.
JC Jane
And who?
and Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix. Fatal Influence.
We're not starting that. That's not a thing. We're not gonna keep it up.
I'm doing it. It's a
Oh
thing.
God.
It's always been a thing.
Oh God. Okay. So, just not too many thoughts. Like I truly sometimes I just like to see my girls in the ring. So I just watched. But I will say that it's very refreshing to see, Bianca Belair get the chance to cook. We don't get to see as much of her solo action these days. So it's good to see that she's still got it, powerhouse and it off. All of the Bianca-esque things. She had to remind a few people that she's still that girl. She's a tag champion right now, but she's still that girl.
So let's talk about something else on the flip side of things.
Ooh. What you got
So
for me?
so you know where I'm going with this. They obviously win the match here. That's it. That goes without saying. But I think the most interesting development here out of this whole match was the backstage segment with some of our favorites. We're honorary metaphor up in here on the nightcap, the double shot. Torm, what do you think here? We got Jakara, we got Lash, we got Bianca, we got Jade. Tag team action. What do you think here?
It's overdue, Jesus. It's overdue. I'm sorry. Give me a second. I never thought this day would come, Michael. I didn't. Jesus Christ. I thought we were going to get this on Halloween Havoc. Why did I hear that they're going to SmackDown with this shit? Yes, God. Yes. I don't know. It depends on Nick Aldis. He work a little different than Adam Pearce. But if Nick Aldis and the Lord above agree, the Meta Mothers, that's what Noam Dar called them, so that's what their name is. The Meta Mothers will be facing the big two. Now, the only thing that's going to piss me off is if there is some type of interference in this fucking match. I'm tired. I'm tired. Lash Cara, bruh. Can I say one thing and then you could get me off my soapbox?
I don't know. You could stay on the soapbox. I'm thoroughly entertained.
No. Lash Cara is one of, and when I say one of, I'm being polite, bro. One of the only working, legitimate looking tag teams on that NXT roster, matching outfits or not. Like I ain't saying they built the same, but literally that match that they had against Ren Sinclair and Fallon Henley, like they had Ren Sinclair on the ropes. She wheelbarrowed that girl, and then Jakara Jackson jumped over Lash Legend. Lash Legend dang near 6 feet tall. They don't get the chance to be in as much tag team competition or on TV with it. They were hiding them on dark matches and whatever's this time last year. Like, bro, we were begging, like, please put Lash Cara on TV, please. So it's just, I say all that to say for them to finally, get their match moment with Bianca and Jade and then do it on SmackDown. It'll bring eyes to SmackDown. It'll bring eyes to NXT, but Lash Cara deserves this. I am done. I am off of my soapbox. Somebody go save Oro Mensa from the hurricane so he can be with.
Yeah, someone get this man. Yeah, if you are in the Florida area, man, if you're somehow watching this in Florida in the path of the Hurricane Milton, good luck.
Our hearts are with you, bro.
Hunker down, board your windows. Be safe out there for real. Hopefully you evacuated and you're somewhere safe. If not, hunker down, baby.
Free water.
I will say, Yeah, hopefully you got food, water. I mean, I hope you're not like the guy I saw on the news the other night who staying in a
the
boat.
recliner.
In a boat? I saw
I
some
saw
other
a guy,
shit.
bro. He was asleep in his recliner, and there were floodwaters in his house. I'm like, what are you watching?
I wish I could get a good night's sleep like that, man, where I'm just knocked out and the flood water's just slowly but surely rising.
I'm a little desensitized, so you'll have to excuse me. I've been in Katrina, I've been in Beryl, I've been in Rita, I've been in Harvey. You just got to ignore me. I'm wishing everyone the best. Like, truly.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. You got the hurricane quadruple.
Bro, I would rather legitimately know how to handle a situation, because some people just don't know what to do in a hurricane, and it's not on them to not know. It's just some people just haven't been in one.
That's fair.
Until
That's
now.
fair.
Right.
That's fair.
So yeah,
to the point at
you were saying.
Okay. Oh, you were saying? No, you go ahead, please.
No, I'm just like, so yeah, like we're all winning. If Nicholas the Prickless Aldis gives us this match on Friday, because and to be honest, bro, are you gonna beat me up if I say that they should win?
No, I'm not gonna beat you up because I'm a stan. I'm a stan. The minute I watched Lash Legend suplex our King Otis, I said, put the rocket, get the rocket to her back, put her. Then when I thought she was gonna win the deadline match, I was like, put the rocket to her back. Yeah, I'm on TikTok. You go back a year ago to December. I'm on TikTok talking about Lash Legend.
You on TikTok talking about Lash.
I was like, listen, Mello calls himself him. Lash Legend is her.
You got me looking like Gallus. Yes, say it again. Mm-hmm.
Right? She's her. That's
all I'm gonna say is
ain't no ifs, ands, or buts.
The lack of follow through following the Otis spot
pissed me off.
Was almost a cause for concern to me. Like, did we just do it just to do it? Did we not have no direction? There's no reason in the world Lash Legend shouldn't have touched that title before y'all teasing Delta, showing me Stephanie, and giving me Julia. Like, Lash Legend should have touched that title by now. I'm just saying. But that
should have won the title by now. Them two should have had won the NXT tag titles when they existed. And dare I say, Lash should have been. Honestly, she should have been North American champion. I could have went either way.
There is no reason why. As soon as we haven't even talked about. You're gonna have to move me along, Michael.
I mean, this is a conversation.
Once Kiana James was drafted to the main roster and there was no hope of her getting that belt, Lash Legend should have been first in line. I love Kalani Jordan. She's cute. Love her. But Lash Legend, my North American champion. Anyway. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, definitely don't take anything that we say seriously on this podcast, on this nightcap. We don't get in the ring. All I'm saying is Lash Legend should have had the belt by now, because she
no, 100%. She should have. I know what you're saying. She should have
had
the belt.
And then if you look at somebody cage match page, then it would tell you something. But then it's like, why she ain't had the belt by now? All these matches, all these title shots, all these.
Yeah, I
agree.
If
Metaphor needed a manager, bro, like dead ass. Like I would advocate on Lash Carla's behalf.
Torin the advocate for the Metaphor. It has a good ring to it. You know what I'm saying?
I am the female William Regal. Y'all will respect me and my ponytails. Thank you.
All right. And with that, I will say, good for WWE for finally deciding to give Lash and Jakara this match against the women's tag team champions. Giving them a little rematch. I know Jade and Bianca beat them a couple weeks back, maybe a couple months now. On NXT. So I'm glad that they're going to get some shine on SmackDown. I know that has been a big spoiler out there, so I'm sorry if I ruined it for you, but tune into tune into SmackDown. And, right?
Okay, so
maybe
I don't know.
Or Raw? Oh no. Oh, is it Raw?
No, because they said we're gonna call because I think Jakar and Lash were like, we're gonna call Nick Aldis.
Oh, okay. So they're gonna be on. That might be on SmackDown.
I don't know if they were mentioning it for this SmackDown or next week, and then aren't they on their UK tour too soon? So I don't know. I'm not that tapped in.
Yeah, they're on the UK tour next week. They recorded Raw this week after Raw this week
recording
for next
SmackDown?
week. I don't know if I think they're probably recording SmackDown for next week too. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it looks like we'll see. We'll see what happens on Friday, but
we will see.
we will see. And we'll cover it here on the Nightcap on Boom Broadcasting. Shout out to the Prez. Much love, Prez.
Much love.
Much love. We got Julia calling up an old enemy, Torin. I'm gonna just hit you with this because I thought this.
Hit me with it.
Woo!
Ooh.
Golly, what a picture this
so
is.
Pretty. She's so pretty. Oh my god.
The Beautiful Madness and Stephanie Vacour tag teaming against Roxanne and Cora Jade.
Oh, that's what we're doing?
Very soon. Very soon it's happening. It's happening very soon. They haven't made it official for next week on NXT. But man, ladies and gentlemen, take a good look at this picture because right here, this NXT women's division, just business just picked up.
Oh, keep that picture up, Michael. Look at the back. Do you see something?
The horns?
That's the Aries symbol.
Oh my god.
She's an Aries, bro.
She's an Aries? Is she really?
Yes, and then she wears her little horns. I don't think people notice that, but I'm the astrology host, so I'm
God,
I've been quoting her shit with Aries emojis for months, bro. But I would have
never picked that up. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, Black Masters and Constellation host here.
That picture, actually. I need that picture.
I'll send that picture to you. I got you. It's fun fact though. Stephanie's birthday is March 29th. She has a birthday 2 days before mine. So yeah, shout out to my Aries.
So yeah, I would be scared.
and talk to me about this because I think this is a little foreshadowing.
Where do you think we're going with this, Michael? I'm asking you directly because I know what I tweeted a few weeks ago.
That is the question of the week for me. I think we're going towards these two beating up Roxanne and Cora, inevitably sparking something between Cora and Roxanne to finally just have a throwaway match, maybe have a short little feud at Halloween Havoc for the final send off for those two. Because they got to have a title match at some point for their rivalry.
Do they? And not in a bad way.
They do. I know not a lot of people want to see it, but from the grand scheme of things, if you look back at Roxanne and Cora's careers, they're intertwined for NXT. Unfortunately, Cora was plagued with injuries here and there, but in the grand scheme of things, because of their past feud, they got to have it for the title one time. And then I think after that, you got to set up Steph and Julia, number one contenders. Whoever wins gets Roxanne.
So when is Halloween Havoc on a Sunday or a Tuesday?
Saturday. It's an actual premium live event this year.
Interesting. So I'm assuming it's the 26th at the end of the month. My guess
is it's the 27th. You are correct. It's a Sunday.
My guess was that we were going to get a triple threat at Halloween Havoc between Julia, Roxanne, and Steph. Big Steph.
Yeah. A triple threat would be money.
Because we're at the third or so match for Julia. Roxanne is biding her time with whatever, and Stephanie legitimately just got here. And the same way I've been feeling about Julia, people probably feel about Stephanie like, who is this? I don't know her. So who's to say Roxanne Perez still doesn't retain?
Well, let's talk about that. What do you think's going to happen if Roxanne does retain?
If Roxanne
does she break Asuka's record? That's the real question I should ask.
How close is she?
I think she's like a couple 100 days away.
And see, that's 3. You don't want to hear my opinion because honestly, lately I feel like we've been just breaking a lot of records just to break them. which is fine. I mean, it's a new era. These are new stars. These are not, the Bruno Sammartinos, but same thing with like Oba and Gunther. I feel like we've been breaking records just to break them. So I wouldn't shelve Roxanne Perez on NXT for 3 more months if she's, wrestling circles around some people and then kind of still shaky on this heel gimmick. But at the same time, she has to be the Ilya. She has to be the Mello. She has to be the Tony D. Like, she has to be the super senior. And make sure there are, I'd say, 4 or 5 girls that could lead this division for the next 2 years. And unfortunately,
absolutely.
Lash Legend is right beside her. Like, they need to be on their way out soon.
Yeah. I think you're accurate in that assessment. It's going to be very interesting. Now, I think you'll enjoy this one. I don't know if you caught it or not. I'm sure you did. Do you know who Stephanie McCore's debut match is going to be against? I know you're loving this.
Look,
she will go up against Ren Sinclair, your favorite no quarter catch crew member.
The Torren QCC has never been more proud of that girl.
Get at
she
it.
tried to claim that group. I claimed it back, bro.
You did not just hit me with the Torren QCC.
It took me a second because she thought, never mind. Either way. I've been fantasy booking Stephanie's first match since before she even got in the country. I thought, they might give her a Caden card or maybe give her a Mia Yim, but no, they're going to send a sheep out to the slaughter. So Miss Ren Sinclair, Miss Ren QCC herself. I ain't gonna lie, she got some stands. I see she got some shooters. So I'm not gonna talk about her. But who volunteered her for this match? I missed that backstage segment.
She volunteered herself. She said, "Oh, I want to wrestle Stephanie next week." She did it herself. I love it. I got the glasses flipped up.
She got more gusto than me. I wouldn't have did that. You want to wrestle in Aries for fun? They just got here. She gonna prove something to you, bro.
Oh my God.
Get out of here.
Logan, what's going on tonight, good brother? Welcome to the Double Shot Nightcap. You really are gonna get your frequent flyer card for the nightcap. I'm gonna have to get you something.
You get a prize, buddy.
You do. You're gonna have to I'm gonna have to hook you up with something, man. Get you a t-shirt or something. Get you a little mouthing off with Mike merch. Danny G saying right that I stay where the best wrestling of AEW is a shot at WWE. I mean, I'm cool with the shots. We're going to get into it. I'm cool with the shots taken between the two companies. It's best for business at this point.
But Torren, whoever booked that match definitely had me in mind. That's what I got to say.
Torren can't wait to see Ren Sinclair picked to shreds by Stephanie McCoure next week. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to get a little ignorant here tonight on the night.
It's all you, bro.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Italians, the Don is back on top in NXT when he dethroned the longest reigning NXT North American champion, Oba Femi, and much love to Oba Femi. Big things are on the horizon for this man. He's about to go on a crazy run right now, but the Don, Tony D'Angelo, is the new NXT Italian champion, ladies and gentlemen. The North Italian champion is here, and it's friggin'
Did you
phenomenal.
say the North Italian champion?
The North Italian champion. Look at the flag draped around the massive biceps of the Don. Look at the title in his hand. It looks gorgeous. It looks so good. It looks so good. Slap your mama with a piece of gabagool. Good Lord.
I was almost asleep, but I said, I know Mike is throwing that block party, Jesus.
I was going nuts. You can ask Mrs. Mouthing Off with Mike. You can ask Kayfabe Keith. You can ask the people of Twitter and social media. My reaction I am thriving. I know a lot of people, may not like it, but listen, as an Italian American, I know the gimmick is very stereotypical, and I hear you. But at the end of the day, it's so nice to see the Italian heritage and an Italian American win gold in NXT and WWE.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's my guy.
I know. Did you get it out? Not even rushing you, like truly.
It's out.
This
It's
was your
out.
moment.
Listen,
I'm
if I could find
surprised
the Italian flag, if I knew where it was in my crazy setup, I would be having the Italian flag draped around me right now.
I believe it. I believe it. And then you know what? When he draped the flag over his shoulders, that was cute. Like it was real. Like it made for a very wholesome moment at the last minute. I'm not gonna lie. This was cute. And you are not the only person. Many people brought up the Rocky comparisons. Fine. I still haven't seen any variation of a Rocky movie, but it was still
We're gonna need to work on that.
We're working on it. It's cute. Adriana, I thought we were setting up her versus Oba for next week, but no. I thought you never know. Hell, you never fucking know.
I'm fucking weak, dude. Did you see her out on social media bashing cinder blocks with a sledgehammer?
I saw it. I said, girl, go find something to do. Go find something to do. Okay, so the other day when everyone was fantasy booking like intergender matches, somebody said, I don't know, man, I think she could beat him. Now I said Piper Niven and Brody King, but that was me.
Oh, that'd be a cook sesh. My God.
Yeah.
Who also said, I remember you tweeting about this. Who said on your tweets, if you remember, who was the one that said Io Sky and Mello? Was that you? Was that Tortellini? Or was that someone else that commented?
My home girl, whose name I cannot remember. I don't know about she wanted to call her name out on the stream, but another aspiring wrestling content creator, sports things, IWC. She said Mello versus Io, and I think it would cook.
Oh, it'd be a fire. That'd be certified banger. So, they're so good in the ring, those two. Listen. Uh-oh.
For us to even be
able
to picture what.
There we are. There you're back. You're back. You're back. I lost you for a sec. Hi. Welcome back.
Oh my God. Where were we though? I think from there. But no, I watched the Tony D match with Obafemi, and I was waiting for the moment because I was really hoping it would come at the end of the match. So we got that, and Oba did his part. Everyone's already fantasy booking him to beat Trick in literally the most aggressive way possible. So there are things on the horizon for Obafemi. He needs not to worry.
Big things coming on the horizon for Obafemi.
We got a tag match at some point, didn't we?
We did get a tag match. I was sure Oba was going to win the NXT Championship. Absolutely, Logan. It's coming at some point. It is. And speaking of tag team matches, talk to the people here, Torn. What'd you think about this one?
You know what? Nothing.
You know what?
Nothing bad to say. Nothing specific to say. It was a good match. I was confused for a second because I'm just like, it would be so funny in this match. Like both of these teams has one or two people that could turn at any moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't notice that until the match was going. I don't know the setup. I don't know how we got A-Town Down Under on NXT. I don't know why Grayson Waller is still antagonizing people. But it was a good match. Some people are still iffy on Theory. Some people are still like, WWE wasted or whatever their moment with him. But I just think we're in the era of Fraxium cooking. So whoever y'all got to serve up the Fraxium, whatever story y'all can draw from these matches, cool. But I was like, this is a Fraxium Cook sesh. I don't really need to look too hard.
No, this was a good match. This is, like you said, this is a Fraxium Cook sesh. A-Town Down Under looked good. I'm sure this will be an added seed in the eventual demise and breakup of A-Town Down Under down the line.
Do you think it's gonna happen ever?
It's gonna happen. It is. It's gonna happen. You know what it's gonna happen, Torn? You know what I'm gonna say right now. When we least expect it.
It's
when
to the
we
point
stop
where
thinking
they're
about it.
boyfriends. They have to stay together. They literally have to be like tag team champions again now. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired.
I think you need to turn Grayson Waller while the iron's hot. I think you need to turn Grayson Waller into the biggest heel that you have on SmackDown, next to potentially Kevin Owens and Solo Sikoa. Like, I think Waller has that ability.
Do you want a hot take?
I would love a hot take.
While I agree with you in that statement, and I also think that Grayson Waller excels so much when he's in his element, that Grayson Waller, his little talk show environment, he is so good as the antagonistic heel, like middleman. But if they split A-Town Down Under, I think they could try again with Austin Theory, just throwing him back in the mid-card, whatever, until he builds his way up, maybe. I don't think they would know what to do with Grayson Waller. He doesn't have the biggest build. He's not like I think, to my knowledge, I think he was on Australian Survivor and kind of was like a crossover talent athlete. Like, he's not like a PC. Was he?
I think he. I don't know if he was or not, but I mean, he definitely has that look.
He's not like no bodybuilder, like, you know, switching over to WWE. Like, he's more like The Miz, more entertainment, and he can wrestle. So it's my current thinking that they wouldn't really know what to do with him, and they don't want to waste or squander him by splitting them when they don't know what to do.
I think they're more worried about Theory because they had problems with Theory getting over as a heel, and they don't know if he'll take as a face this go round for me. And I think that's why you have to look at this from like, all right, they're not turning Waller face. Waller would not work. He'll never be a face.
He's like a forever heel.
He's a forever heel, right? Just like Cena's a forever baby face, now or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Theory's the one where I think things could get interesting. I think Theory has natural good guy qualities about him. He's that squeaky clean, baby face. And I think if he can add a little bit of character depth to him, I think that's where you'll have something there. Waller, in my opinion, I agree with you. Waller is a good wrestler, but he's a better entertainer and a better shit talker, i.e. The Miz. I think if you could slot in Waller as I don't want to make the comparison because nobody will be on the level of The Miz, but I think you could look at Grayson Waller effect and the Miz TV and be like, okay, the Grayson Waller effect is the modern day version of Miz TV.
Exactly.
And Waller is the Australian modern day version of a more, I wouldn't say like The Miz, but a very in-line type of character. Waller is his own character, but it gives me The Miz at its
there
point.
Was one segment one day, I want to say SmackDown, it was Miz, Waller, LA Knight, and somebody else on my screen at the same time. Might have been Logan Paul. I was like, oh my fucking God, I see what y'all are doing. I see it.
Yeah. I think that's what you got to do with these two. I think Waller, I can see Waller taking on Cody for a title, for the world title. Losing to Cody.
I don't know if it would be money though.
I don't know if it would be if they built Theory up or not Theory, Waller up enough. I could see that being on a SmackDown main event. I could see that maybe not being a PLE match, but I could definitely see that being a match that happens because we've talked a lot about it, and not to, go on a tangent before we get to the main event here, but you and I both know SmackDown has a serious heel problem.
Too many?
Too little.
Mello,
Solo, Jacob Fatu, quote unquote, Waller, technically Theory,
Escobar, and the brothers or the cousins,
Humberto and Garza.
Yeah,
but realistically, out of those options, Escobar, Waller, Mello, Solo
Is KO a
are
heel
real,
now?
and KO. I guess you could put KO, and we'll find out Friday. But KO, there's 5 top heels on SmackDown, whereas the babyface side, you've got, I think, far more than that. When you look at it,
Right.
be interesting.
Quick
Be
question. How
interesting.
did you feel about Sexy Red's performance?
Thank God for Ethan Page.
You know what? I don't know what it is about him, but I find him so funny.
He's so good.
He's so like he talks just like me. He said, "That's enough out of you, Miss Red." I mean, he was right. I mean,
Look, because I worry because with the internet, it has nothing to do with, her being a rapper or anything like that. It just has to do with her not being a good rapper for me.
mhm,
That's it.
mhm.
It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just like I don't like her music, and I'm not on the whole, that whole train. I mean, there's fans out there that love them some Sexy Red.
Right.
I'm just not one of them. I'm just not one of them.
I said it one time before. I'll say it again. I ain't even gonna say that. The girl, she from St. Louis, so I guess it was, in step, in line with the Randy Orton. I think a better thing we could have did, maybe you saw my tweet, maybe you didn't, I'll send it to you right now. A rapper on the rise, not, Sexy Red on the rise, like she's actually still up and coming, like whatnot. She made a song early in the summer called, I forgot what it's called, but the hook on the song is "Whoop That Trick." Why would you not let her perform?
Oh, that would have been
Why
so
would you
good.
not let her open the show and let
I
Trick
hope
walk
now
out?
that you said it, it's gonna end up happening. They're gonna go find that rapper up, and
I
they're gonna
hope
have her
so, because
do
I
whoop
tagged
the
Shawn
trick for
Michaels
him.
when I first heard the song. That was the point of me tagging him. Well, I was trying to help. That, I can't say that on TV. All I'm saying is, Trick got his little opening celebration with J and B, so it was cute. But Scar Lip from the Bronx, actually has a song where the hook is "Whoop That Trick." Like, bruh, like it just came out a couple of months ago. Why would that
That's
not
crazy.
be a song? Why would that not even be the theme to whatever this last NXT pay-per-view was? If y'all got Trick Williams and Pete Dunne doing diss records, this, that, and the third. Michael, are you following me?
I'm following you.
All right.
I'm right there with you.
I need to be the entertainment coordinator at the PC because ain't
I
nothing
need to be.
ain't nothing connecting, ain't nothing coordinated. But I'm off of
Logan
that.
said,
Main event.
Logan said Julia doesn't believe in Stephanie. One day turned heel on Julia. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think Cora and Roxanne will do the turning on one another. But let's talk about the main event here. We got the Viper, Randy. I can't even get it in the frame. Randy Orton against the young OG, Javon Evans, and
Not too many thoughts. Not in a bad way, just not too many thoughts. I love
good.
Yeah.
Good. It was good. It was a good match. The only downside was, and I'm not gonna hold it on them, but they couldn't hit the RKO. They couldn't hit the crazy RKO last night.
And it's fine. And you want to know
All right.
why it's fine? Because the one that they did land earlier in the night was more than enough for me. That was a beautiful, like, very Javon caught that man in a cutter, bro. Like, it's okay if they didn't land Randy's at the end of the night. The one that Javon got on Randy was good enough for me. Like, it was beautiful. So it's just
the difficulty level on that RKO that they tried to hit at the end, too much. Because too much of the spirals from Javon, I think.
But also
kind of screwed it.
And then Randy's, he's Big Daddy Cool on his lackadaisical shit. Like, bro, if you don't turn around and catch that little boy. So, he kind of let Javon do majority of it. So with the over rotation, maybe, it's hit or miss. But at the end of the day, Javon Evans got to wrestle somebody who 10 and 15 years ago, he was playing with their action figures. It's a win. I'm not trying to be funny. I saw the picture.
No, but that's facts. That's facts. That's the craziest part. This is Randy Orton is a wrestler that Javon Evans was watching 10 years ago when he was 9 years old. Now he's 19, 20
If
years old
John
doing it.
Cena ever gave me his headband, I would pass out. Do you know how many times I've
Honestly.
seen him throw a headband into the crowd and wished I was in the front 2 rows to fight with somebody for that headband?
Me too. You know how many times I would love to meet John Cena. He's one of the names on my list of wrestlers that him, The Rock, and Roman, they're at the top of my list right now. Like,
I
I
think
would love to
Devon would
meet
sign your
Cena.
Italian flag if you find it.
I actually met the Don already. We had a great little chat once before. We had a great
Why are
little
you
chat.
just now telling me this? Like, not
We had a
you,
great little
like,
chat.
just now. We acting like he ain't never met you. You didn't already met him.
It was an awkward encounter.
Y'all was at the family reunion.
I was trying. I wish we were. I wish. It was an awkward encounter. It was outside of WWE World this year at WrestleMania. He was chilling. I wasn't trying to blow his shit up, so I just kind of gave him the old, big things in the future. Big fan. Keep doing your thing. Keep showing up for the Italians. I kept it moving. Didn't get a picture or nothing. Didn't ask for nothing to get signed. Just said, "Hey, big fan. Keep it moving. Keep big things are coming." He was with Julius Creed too, and I was like, "Big things coming for both of y'all." But yeah, so mad cool dude, man. Big fan. So there's your sidebar for the day.
Love it. If you got Charlie Dempsey coordinates, tell him that I'm looking for him. Tell him.
I got you. If I get the pleasure of meeting Charlie Dempsey, I'm gonna make sure that I at least pull the phone out and get you on FaceTime and be like, look, it's the president of your fan club.
No. I'm his press secretary. I speak
I'm his press sec.
I'm his most trusted advisor. He just don't know it yet.
The advocate to the no quarter catch crew. The no torn catch crew.
Me and Mr. Regal are both Tauruses. We just want what's best for young Charlie.
We just want what's best for the young boy, the young lad. The young lad.
young lass. But yeah, so Javon Evans, Randy Orton. As this is one of those I'm just happy to be here moments. Like, truly, I wasn't like thinking Javon's gonna beat the crap out of Randy. I'm not thinking Randy's gonna. I did pose the idea to my co-host. Is this possibly where we get the full Randy turn? Maybe he punts the kid. Javon's out of action for a few weeks. Now Cody has an evil Randy and an evil KO to worry about. You're laughing, but I'm serious. I thought he was gonna knock Javon's head off his shoulders.
I'm laughing because I'm like, you know what? That's Randy Orton. That's on brand for Randy Orton to just be like, fuck it, punt kick.
Look, especially after they missed the RKO. I thought somebody said,
Javon.
Somebody said 09 Randy was just shaking to get out. I said, stop it. Stop it. This is a family man. Stop it.
Javon immediately popped up after the RKO. Was like, I'm so sorry. And then Randy tells him, don't worry, man. You're the fucking man. Like, and then holds his arm up. Great moment. Look, I'm a lip reader. I'm a level 7 lip reader.
He gonna be WWE champion just like Kofi Kingston. Give him a few.
Hell yeah. I could see it. I could see WWE.
Oh no, this is serious. Javon Evans, WWE champion.
Youngest U.S. champion, youngest Intercontinental champion, youngest NXT champion. He can knock all the accolades.
Champion, send him to TNA.
I am mad at that. Yeah, this was for the people, man. This is for the feel good. This made you feel good. But listen, we're not done yet. Usually we'd be wrapping the show up right now, but don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because we got a double shot because we got the final Dynamite before Wrestle Dream.
Jeez Louise.
Make sure you check it out this weekend, Saturday. We're out in Tacoma, Washington, land of Bryan Danielson, land of trees and things and whatever they got in Washington, the needle, the space needle, whatever that thing is.
I don't know. I've never been that far out.
I haven't been that far either. But let's start it off here. Logan brought it up early. Danny G, Torin, is here to stay in AEW. Are you surprised that he's staying, or are you not surprised whatsoever?
I am very surprised. One, because Tony Khan must have heard us when we said Danny Garcia, we're coming to save you. Street said that. I mean, we could be wrong, but Street said that deal might have been inked this week. So, with that in mind, back to what we said a while ago. Why would you have him lose against MJF if MJF is going to go off TV and now you don't know if you're going to lose or keep Danny G? Like, you don't realize how much a valued member of that roster he is until folks over here fantasy booking him against Chad Gable in WWE or whatever, or in NXT with whoever. So Tony Khan made something shake, and I mean, I just hope they got plans for Danny Garcia. That's it. Because I like him. I don't know him, but I like him.
That's it right there. You said it. The magic words. I hope Tony Khan has plans for Danny G. I hope so too. And I agree with what you just said. Danny losing to MJF smelled like Danny was gone.
And it didn't even seem like a purposeful loss. Like, all right, we're going to work this loss into your next thing. No, it just seemed like the way that Ricochet got pummeled by Braun Breaker and then ended up somewhere else in a couple of months. That's what it looked like when Danny Garcia
That's what it was.
So even just the promo that he gave in ring, I'm like, that is a strong player, bro. Like, y'all better find something to do with him that makes the fuck sense.
The TNT Championship.
Who got that right now? Who got that?
Jack Perry, the scapegoat.
You know what? I'll watch it only because Jack Perry and Bryan Danielson had an okay match at that one pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was an okay match. I'll agree to that.
Right. Like, I guess it was to make, Jack Perry look good. But, I mean, it was an okay match. So I'll watch Danny Garcia versus Jack Perry. I'm starting to look at him. I mean, that is a grown man, but I'm starting to look at him like, all right, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, scapegoat Jack Perry's growing up. Look at him.
I mean, look at him. Literally, we're watching this guy grow up before our eyes because he came in as a young rook a couple years ago, 5 years ago, and now he's a TNT champion, and he's the domino that fell for us to get CM Punk back. Crazy thought.
I love how his hair looks. It looks like they freshly conditioned his hair, but he still has that rough scapegoat beard, which is, I don't know what kind of look he's going for, but he has it.
He's going for lives in a van down by the river look, I guess.
He stole that little school bus and spray painted the whole thing black. I am screaming. And be driving it too.
And he's driving it. We got what I would like to call here, Torin. I think Torin knows what I like to call this. This is some lucha lusciousness.
Go ahead. Tell us about
Hologram and Commander.
Did you like it? Did you like it?
I loved every second of this. I love when two talented luchadors come together and make beautiful magic in the professional wrestling ring. And that's what these two did here last night on Title Tuesday Dynamite. I love me some Hologram, Torin, but I also love me some Beast Mortos. And this was a kind of prelude to what we would see a little bit later on. Now let's hear your thoughts before we move on to the big talking point out of this.
Still trying to nail down the names on my luchas, but I do know that Hologram is new and he is currently still on his little undefeated streak. I think, right?
So, I think he's lost. He's
no. I think they said he was 14-0.
Dead ass.
If I'm wrong, someone say it in the chat. I bet Logan James knows.
Logan James do be knowing a lot of things though. I got mad love for Logan. He be smart. He knows his wrestling.
All I'm saying is I was watching and I'm still trying to keep up with everyone's names. I do love the high flyers. I love any type of suicido tope. I don't know the words. Beast Mortos. hangs out with any and everybody, but now he has chosen a side. He's finally chosen a side.
Yeah. What's up with that, man? Why would he even choose anybody? Why he's a beast. Why would he need a faction?
Wait, is he a lawyer too? Is he an attorney? I saw the commercial with Matt Taven, my favorite. He doesn't know he's my favorite, but he's my favorite. Is he a lawyer? Or is that
no, that was the joke. That was the joke.
Oh my God. I thought he was a real lawyer. Oh my God. I thought his gimmick was a lawyer, but a beast.
No. Every time, I don't know if you've seen any promos, but every time they ask him a question or in a backstage interview or anything, his response is, grrr.
I thought that was just what he tweets. Oh my God.
I love him, dude. I love him.
So explain to me how Jake the Snake Roberts is involved.
Okay. I'm so happy you segued into this. So Jake the Snake Roberts and Don Callis have made a trade. Jake the Snake has traded Lance Archer to the Don Callis family for Roosh, and in turn, Roosh has assembled the LFI with Jake the Snake as the manager, and the Beast Mortos and Dralistico have joined. Well, Dralistico was with LFI, but the Beast Mortos has now joined LFI and is now a part of Jake the Snake and his managerial duties. So, essentially,
do you see this side eye I'm giving you?
Right. And listen, I'm going to tell you right now, this is for the football fans who play fantasy football. This is if I traded you one player for 3 of your players, and my one player was not that great. Now, I'm not saying none of these guys are bad. I'm just saying in the sense of a fantasy football trade, my man Don Callis got absolutely fleeced. He got one guy. Jake ends up getting Roosh, but then Roosh ends up getting 2 more. So Jake ends up getting 3 total wrestlers in this trade deal. He wins. He wins this trade. If this was on ESPN right now, this would be, people would be talking all this crazy shit about Don Callis' bald head and a terrible trade this was.
So Jake the Snake must be never mind.
Jake the Snake is a businessman doing business, or a snake tamer taming snakes. Because tonight, man,
anytime I got to take my glasses fully off, that means I really don't understand. So we're good. We're back. I had to really think real hard because I feel like y'all pulled Jake out of nowhere. Where'd he come from? I didn't know he was like Don Callis with it.
He comes out of nowhere sometimes. I'm like shocked. I'm like, Jake, how you doing, man? I love Jake the Snake. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's one of my old school wrestler favorites. Jake's right up there, man. I think what Jake the Snake did with the wrestling game in an era where wrestlers were, brother, this Sunday I'm gonna beat you up, and Jake the Snake would come in and be like, I'm going to decimate you, and when it's said and done, you will know who Jake the Snake Roberts is. Like, changed promos and character. Like, I give Jake the Snake does not get the credit he deserves.
I think am I wrong? Is he one of the greatest to never win a belt, like that big belt?
Hologram still undefeated. You were right.
Thank you, Logan James.
Thank you, Logan James. I think Jake the Snake is 100% a wrestler that should have won the WWE Championship. He was supposed to win the WWE Championship. There's a whole thing with him, Vince, and Hogan back in the day. I don't remember the details off the top of my head, but Jake was supposed to win the WWE Championship, and then Vince decided to go with Hogan or something, somebody else beating Hogan, and then Jake ended up getting cast to the wayside, and it was just a terrible business doing, and that's classic Vince. So what else is new? But I agree to that sentiment. He should have held WWE Championship.
And I already glazed over like the promo that Danny Garcia gave in ring when he did come out. But once again, it's good to see him. I'm not one of those tribalistic fans that just, oh, he has to stay here. He should go there. I don't care. As long as y'all pay that man what he worth. But even then, I still don't care because, I mean, that ain't my money. But
That's it. That's see right there. People worry too much about these wrestlers. Well, he didn't go to my company and he didn't go. He stayed here. And listen, that ain't none of your business.
Your cable could get cut off tomorrow. Danny Garcia's still going to work somewhere.
Exactly. He's getting paid. He's on television. And look, you want to watch the guy? Watch the show he's on. What a concept, right, Torrin? Like, hey,
too
look,
much sense being made.
Some of my favorite wrestlers are the Hardy Boys. Do I watch a TNA every once in a while to see the Hardy Boys and get my Hardy Boys fix? Absolutely. Am I sitting here crying on the timeline? I want the Hardys back in WWE. No, I watch them where they're at.
That's so mature of you. That is so mature of you.
And I wish more people would recognize that. You're making valid points tonight. That's a great thought.
They don't like it when you make sense, so that's why we got to stick to the raps. They don't like it when you make sense. So from there, my friend, we have Nyla Rose versus Willow Nightingale versus Saraya versus Jamie Hayter with
Jamie
Mariah
Hayter.
May on commentary. Any thoughts about this match, Michael?
Absolutely. I wanted Nyla Rose to destroy Saraya.
Did.
Thank God. That's all I needed in this match. I wanted Willow Nightingale to win.
Yep.
Got it.
The only nice thing that I have to say about Saraya is that Harley Cameron always looks nice. That's about it.
The only thing that I will add on to that is the best part of seeing Saraya is Harley Cameron and her entertainment value.
She doesn't have to do much. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the look on her face, the little smirk, maybe. But I don't want to ever dislike her because I don't like Saraya, but she's so likable. Oh my God.
She's so funny. Dude, when she was doing the thing with Bowens and QTV and she's like flirting with Bowens and Bowens hits her with the, I'm gay, right? I thought that shit was hilarious, dude.
I saw that, but I think, what was it? I think Saraya was doing some type of little backstage like interview with somebody. The girl Harley just got her ass beat, so she's like in the back, like passing out. And then I don't know, man. She's so funny. Nyla Rose, impressive as always, managed to crank out a quick Hurricanrana. I love Nia Jax, but Nia Jax might want to watch this match back and check the form because Nyla Rose did what needed to be done for that Hurricanrana.
Ain't wrong. Nyla Rose, super underrated, dude. Another woman in that division where I don't understand why Tony doesn't put a title on her. Like she could be a great champion.
Yep. Small improvements always, since we want to just fucking shake up the whole table, shake up the whole game board, Tony Khan. Do something meaningful with Nyla Rose. The people are watching. We're waiting. God damn it.
Facts.
Surprised to see Saraya taking share shots.
Surprised to see Saraya get put through a table.
I'm not going to start saying nice things about her, but I'm surprised to see these things.
I don't really have much to say about her, honestly.
No,
I'm very indifferent. I used to be a big Paige fan. And then, she...
Luckily for me, I missed that era. That 2014 to 2019, 2020. Like, I missed that. I was clocked.
That was the real... Man, that women's division...
was shit.
They would have given them... If they would have given them a little bit of the time that they get now, man, that women's division... You would have been talking a women's revolution a couple years before it happened.
So I missed that. Like, basically, after the Shield debuted, it got a little foggy. When the Divas belt kind of came in the mix, it got a little foggy. So yeah, 2013 about 2020, I didn't know what was going on. Like, I've seen the clips. We've seen moments that get brought up in highlight reels. One thing that I will say I wish I had saw was the list of Jericho. Like, to look back on that just seemed so funny in the moment. So funny.
Honestly, that's a good... You should go back and watch the list of Jericho stuff. It's all pure comedy. Jericho. I know we've got a mixed bag on Jericho. I
like short hair Jericho. I really do.
Yeah. I bought into this learning tree gimmick, but the list Jericho, special place in my heart.
And that's
Why is
also
my
kind of
name on this list? Oh,
and that's the thing. That's what a storyline, minor, major, should give you. Like, you won't understand how invested I was in Sami Zayn as a part of the bloodline. But I used to light up anytime he stepped onto the screen. The handshake popped me every fucking time. So I like the list of Jericho shit. Like it probably would have took it there, and this leads us into something we're not even talking about. Like someone said, it's been so long since KO's had a solo belt. It's been so long since KO's had a main title belt. It's been so long since KO just did something meaningful on screen for KO.
yeah.
And KO alone. So I think that was around when he had the Universal title, like 2017, 2018.
I think he got a US no, it wasn't the US title after. Maybe he had a US title after that.
Shout out ZWC Sport.
Facts, ZWC's. Jericho 08 to 17 was a rare bright spot in that era for WWE. Yeah, 100%. I would agree to that. What do you want to talk about next, Torrin?
I don't know. So we ended that match. Like you said, Willow Nightingale got the win.
Oh, and Penelope Ford. I forgot about Penelope Ford attacking Jamie Hayter.
So tell us about that, because I don't know who that is.
I was just as confused watching it. I was like, Penelope Ford, hi, welcome back. Great to see you. Hope you're all healed up nicely now. But
she's been gone for a while due to injury. Why do I always say energy?
She has been out for a while on injury. I don't know, but okay. Tony Khan heard me when I said you need to diversify the women's division and put more women on screen. He heard me. Because now the last few weeks, we've been seeing a lot different women appearing on Dynamite outside of just Mercedes and whoever Mercedes is versing, and or Willow and Chris. We saw Nyla, we saw Jamie, we saw Saraya tonight, we saw Penelope Ford, we saw Mariah May. You know, would I like to see, a couple more here and there? Absolutely. Right. Like a Deonna Purrazzo, and a Taya Valkyrie. But I think they don't want to put Jamie, I shouldn't say they, I should say Tony. I don't think Tony wants to put Jamie to Mariah yet, because I think he wants Mariah to hold, which is why I don't know if Willow beats her this Saturday, but I think he's holding off Jamie for something else or later in the year to win the title. So he's giving her Ford as a filler.
If we, and this is just a hypothetical, truly a hypothetical, because is my laptop charger not plugged in? All this good shit I'm talking about. Yeah, hypothetically, if we don't have concrete plans for these people and we just want to put the belt on them, why is everyone against winning and losing the belt? Like, I truly feel, let me not say this in depth before Tony Khan do it, but like, I don't think there's anything wrong with Willow Nightingale getting the belt off of Mariah May. Mariah May isn't doing anything useful with it. It would be maybe, I don't know, funny if Mariah May won it back and went back to glamoring it up. And then in that time, we've built to Jamie Hayter being next in line. I don't know.
Tony Storm. You have a Tony Storm return at some point.
Does. So, and let me plug up my charger, Jesus. It's Michael, like I like women's wrestling. Let me start there. I've always had qualms about AEW's women's division, and I don't want to get beat up about it.
No, I mean, listen, it's true.
Okay, it's just like okay, so like Mercedes, like Britt Baker, there are certain people that they seem to always make their way to the top of the card or to be in contention for the main belt, and it's just, I guess that's why Mercedes is here, making the TBS title look more of it's equal in value, equally defended, like she's bringing some type of prestige to both these belts she wearing. I guess what I'm trying to say is like you just said, he doesn't want to put Jamie Hayter to Mariah May yet. Why? Why does Mariah May even have that belt? Why? I'd watch Mariah May versus CEO.
I mean, I want Willow to win Saturday.
Yeah,
like I love Mariah May, and I think she was the right person to beat Toni Storm. But like you said, the execution following thereafter was not good enough for me. Was not good enough for
But
that
also,
good ass story.
and the sad part is, it's probably the best it could have been because they did it so early. They shouldn't have did it this early. We still do not. Some people do not know who this lady is. Aside from she looks like Toni Storm, and Toni Storm is conveniently not here right now. So
Yeah.
we can't even say, "Oh, she looks like Toni." Like, we have to remember that that's Mariah May, the current champion. Like, Toni didn't give us much to work with, but I mean, hey.
I mean, hey.
Before
Look,
we skip over it, I do think, I don't know, have you already told the people your thoughts about Stokely and Statlander?
no, let's start it off.
So that goes into what we were saying about, not many concrete plans for like the women's division, or like, you did not need to split up Chris Statlander and Stokely Carmichael. Stokely Hathaway, Jesus. Take it away, Michael. I'm frazzled. I'm frazzled. Because the thing is, I didn't even see it. It must have happened on a Rampage. It must have happened on a Collision. Got on the timeline, checked the streets. Streets said TK split up Stokely and Stat.
I don't know why. Bad decision. They were just getting their fucking groove.
This is why I don't tell people nice things about themselves. Michael, on the Black Masses and Constellations podcast that is available on Apple Music and Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, we just gave them people praise. We just said, this is so good. Chris doesn't need Stokely, but Stokely adds so much. This pairing required next to no effort.
No.
Tony Khan is gonna regret this decision, and it's gonna kill me if he try to slap them back together randomly, and it ain't gonna click the same way. Maybe like that's gonna really kill me. But as good as Stokely is, I feel like maybe it'll work. I don't know, man. But if it was for no reason, I'm mad, and that's the way it was brought to me. Like, it just kind of happened with no explanation.
Yeah. It was like a glance over. It was like, oh yeah, this happened. All right, boom, done. And I was like, whoa, yeah, you just said that they're done. She's finished with him, and they just finally connected, and they had this whole storyline with Willow and beating up her own best friend. So what was the whole point of this?
So
the
we
whole point of it
wasted
was
6 months of a heel Statlander. She did a split on some thumbtacks, and you telling me she a babyface now?
Yeah, what? Beating up her own best friend?
You can't. They're gonna call us marks because we're mad about this type of shit. But we want just a trajectory for our favorite characters. That's it.
Yeah, that 100%. Logan thinks Mina Shirakawa is gonna beat Mariah May. I mean, tough. I don't think so, but I think there will be a match at some point between the two friends. I think
they keep doing the "we want Mina" thing, like that's her thing, but Mariah May keeps repeating it. It's like, is Mina in Stardom?
Listen. Yeah, she's still in Stardom. But listen, the whole "we want Mina" thing, we know what they really are asking for. I'm not saying it, but we know what them sickos are really asking for.
And I thought we were past that. I thought we already got it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. We're for the sickos here, for the sickos, AEW. What else we got here, Torrin? I got something queued up, but if you got something that you want to talk about, let it rip.
I was gonna say really quickly before you cue it up, did you feel any which way about Hook's little promo backstage?
Yes. Okay.
I feel like y'all are too hard on Hook. Y'all are too hard on Hook.
I am not. I think Hook is an incredible professional wrestler in the ring. I think he lacks depth as a character, and I think we need to give him someone who has depth. He needs a mouthpiece. I thought his Pops was going to do it for a bit. Now we know his Pops is out with a knee surgery, and in kayfabe, of course, keeping it kayfabe. I know kayfabe Keith would be happy with me. He was attacked in the parking lot a few weeks ago, and we don't know who his attackers were, but I think I know who his attacker was. I think I know who his attacker was.
Was it Jericho?
It was Christian.
You know what? I don't want to see that, but imagine angry ass Hook and a Nick Wayne just beating your ass. Just they jump your ass all the time.
I think that's what we're headed. Christian's gonna be like, Christian already kind of hinted at it. He's like,
But then
I
his
share
his
your
father, his stepfather,
yeah,
Samoa Joe comes back.
I share your loss of fathers.
Oh my god.
And I think Christian could try to recruit Hook to be another one of his sons because Luchasaurus, speedy recovery. Thoughts and prayers to Luchasaurus dealing with a serious injury here. Luchasaurus is out right now, so I could definitely see them saying, all right, let's see if we can get Hook in this mix.
All right.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi.
Welcome to the Nightcap. So let's talk about it. You said her name a couple times. The CEO. CEO. Mercedes Moné defending not one title, but 2 titles against wrestling veteran Aew Sakura. She's a vet in the game. And I'm going to tell you something real quick. Aew Sakura tweeted this week about something regarding her wrestling career. And as soon as I saw the tweet, I said, okay, I'm waiting for Tony Khan to book a match for Aew Sakura in my head. The next day, it was announced. Every time Aew Sakura tweets something, Tony Khan books her in a match. That week. I shit you not. Every time she says something about her career, he books her in a match.
Look, just because you said that, she ain't gonna never tweet again.
She's gonna collect that check. She's gonna collect 200 and pass go.
She's like, they've caught us, Tony. I'll have to get on Instagram with it. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this match. Just to gloss over before you give your thoughts. Like you said, a legit vet. Has the commentary said she's held 15 or so titles, but never AEW gold. I don't even think they said she held, gold back. Well, never mind. Let me not say nothing I ain't sure about, but definitely not AEW gold. 30-year career, 2,400 matches. I don't think even no New Japan gold. So that strong women's belt would have been, a win for her as well. The splash against the barricade to Mercedes. Oh, Miss Sakura said, don't play with her. Don't play with her. Like, if anything, Mercedes is going to ragdoll. She's going to sell for you. She's going to do it. But can I give you a hot take, Mike?
Of course. I love Mia Torrin hot take.
I'll know for sure, depending on who her next opponent is. But if we see a trend that continues of Mercedes and the Joshi wrestlers, I feel like maybe somebody think we can only get a good match out of her with them Joshi wrestlers.
That's a hot take, and to be honest, Mercedes. This match was a good match for Mercedes. Emmy made her look good. There's a possibility that might be a growing trend. My thoughts on this were
Hikaru Shida, Momo Watanabe,
Aew Sakura. I don't have too many thoughts on this because I'm curious to see who the hell is versing Mercedes at this pay-per-view, if she's even having a match. Logan did say earlier that she's going to show up at on Wrestling Dream. I don't know. She's not announced yet. So maybe this week we'll find out,
And so if we have a face Chris Statlander, do you think we get Chris Statlander versus Mercedes at this pay-per-view? But then someone says there's no way she gets to Mercedes without going through Camille first.
You gotta figure she's gonna have to go with the Brick House.
Maybe on Collision or something. I don't know.
No Collision this Saturday. No Collision this Saturday.
None?
Pay-per-view Saturday. Pay-per-view Saturday.
Never mind.
Rampage Friday, typical. Rampage is also getting canceled in the new year, if you missed that.
But then, is Shockwave going to be a show, or is it going to be like clips or something? Do you know?
I don't know. All rumblings on that. I haven't seen anything confirmed on it. So, I mean, you'd know if it is confirmed. We'll see it on social media. I'll believe it when Sean Ross Sapp tweets it.
Right.
Honestly.
And he been late lately, so
you
just got to be on the lookout.
You gotta be on the lookout.
I mean,
there's no build for any sort of Mercedes match.
None.
There's nothing that I could think maybe we could see her on the pay-per-view, so I don't think she's going. Maybe she'll appear on the show, and maybe there'll be like a surprise type vibe, but I can't think of any women right now
There's
that are
just
free
so much fucking.
agents.
There's so many men. Like, I'm not even
9
like
matches,
female
8
graphs.
men's matches. Yeah, it's
There's
all dudes. It's a
there, and then
sausage party.
it's a sausage fest with one women's match. Is probably gonna be fucking smack dab in the middle, probably number 6 on the card. I don't fucking know.
It'll guarantee you. Let's see. Let's look at it real quick. So I do have some predictions coming this week for Wrestle Dream. Don't know when they're coming. They actually might be live before Wrestle Dream. I might be live before Wrestle Dream and live after Wrestle Dream. So we'll find out how that works out, folks. So stay tuned to my socials. Let's see. Moxley and Danielson, triple threat for the international championship, tag team title match, TNT title match, Ring of Honor championship match, Brody King and Darby Allin, Jay White and Hangman, Swerve Strickland's return, and on the 0 hour, it's Atlantis Jr. versus Brian Cage for the Ring of Honor television championship. So I will bet my money that if Willow and Mariah is the only women's match on this card, it's going to end up being either before or after the Jericho match. And I hate to say that.
That's so sad.
It's going to infuriate me. I don't know what happened with Wrestle Dream. We could get into it once we talk the main event, but I don't feel like Wrestle Dream was well thought out. But
no, because about a week and a half ago, it wasn't no match.
The only match we had a week and a half ago was Moxley and Danielson, and then we had a Darby Allin open challenge that was answered by Brody King, and everyone's
when did he answer that?
He answered it last weekend, and then Darby Allin, who I thought was going to go up against Lashley, who I thought was going to show up and be the mystery opponent. Right. Then I'm like, okay, well, Swerve's going to be in attendance, so maybe that's how they'll debut Lashley. And then it's like, all right, what happened to the women? Oh, I forgot the women. My bad, Tony. You know, Tony's like, my bad, guys. Let me get Willow and Mariah on this, which was the direction probably from a few weeks now. But yeah, card feeling a little thrown together here, Tonester.
What happened to the basics? Tony fucking Khan, if you don't empty that women's roster and give me a battle fucking royal.
Another valid point.
Like, and that's the thing. I'm coming to AEW late trying to call the shots, but Tony Khan, give me a fucking battle royal, please.
Tony Khan, give me a women's blood and guts match.
I don't know, man. We're still kind of reeling from that Chicago street fight, or whatever that was. Stat and Willow did. We're still kind of reeling.
It was the split on the thumbtack living rent free in your head, huh? The facial reaction for me is what sold it. Logan said his hot take is IWGP Women's Champion versus Mercedes Moné.
And who is that?
Logan, you're going to have to fill us in on who the IWGP Women's Champion is, because I know you're a big women's Japanese wrestling fan, but I do not know. And if you're watching this and you're like, wow, he doesn't know who that champion is, I'm sorry, guys. I'm one man. I'm just a man. I'm only human after all.
While we try to think about who that is, once I first heard that, they broke apart Stokely and Stat, I'm like, who could Stokely Hathaway help? Do you think he would make a good addition to the private party?
Oh, I was thinking the CEO. CEO. Oh, Miami Iwatan. Okay, all right. That's a name I recognize.
I've seen the name. I don't know if Mayumi has done AEW stuff yet already, or is that already a thing?
I don't think she has. Maybe we have the Logan's here.
Tell us. Logan might know.
Logan will also hit me up on Twitter too if he needs to let us know, educate us here.
But I guess Mercedes needs a good mouthpiece. I agree.
Stokely. I said Stokely from the beginning.
But I think what Stokely would add to her is something that she kind of already has. And I don't know if I know what I mean, let alone if you're following me. But just, she needs somebody that can talk, but they give off the same kind of cocky heel vibe. He's just funnier.
There you go. We got an answer. Stardom. She's in Stardom.
Okay, so we'll probably get her soon then.
Probably. Probably. That's
after Mina.
If the trend continues, then yes, absolutely. Oh, that's a good point. I could see Mina Shirakawa going up against Mercedes because Mariah tells her, "Hey, go."
And then Tony Khan likes copying, so we'll eventually get that TBS versus AEW women's match. If we haven't
happen at some point.
We're not. Yeah.
That'll probably be what's that pay-per-view they're doing from Japan this year? It's not gonna be Forbidden Door, but it's gonna be New Year's. Oh my god. I think it'll be on that pay-per-view.
You're telling me new things.
Yeah, there's a pay-per-view in New Year's that New Japan is I think they're the host of it, and AEW and AAA or CMLL, whoever's friends with New Japan, because I know one of them either AAA or CMLL, they got beef with New Japan or something like that, and then they got beef with everybody else. So there's too much wrestling beef to keep tabs on. But you know who's got enough wrestling beef to keep tabs on, Torrin?
Who?
Bryan Danielson and Wheeler Yuta versus Claudio Castagnoli and Pac.
Tell me about it.
We've got the trios champions, but one of them is on the other team here tonight with Bryan Danielson, the world champion. And this is the Jon Moxley group that somebody is pulling the strings on. Good overall hard-hitting match. Bryan Danielson over here hitting the yes chant while poor Wheeler Yuta is spitting up blood.
Oh my God.
I think we know what's going to end up happening. with Yuta. There it is. January 5th, 2025. AEW show, Japan.
That sounds so far away, but it's really right around the corner.
It's so close.
So that's their next big quarterly show, looks to be, in about 3 months.
Yeah, then we have Full Gear in November for AEW. World's End in December. That show in January. So a lot of pay-per-views for AEW. My pocket is going to hurt. That's for damn sure.
I'm just Tony. If it's going to be 7 hours, bro, let me know 7 days in advance. That's it.
Don't let me watch Wrestle Dream and actually end up making me dream for real.
Because the sad part is, like, I sat there for Forbidden Door. I just had to know that I wasn't going any fucking where for about 5 or 6 hours. Like, I watched it. We watched the pre-show matches and all.
I mean, being on the West Coast, it's a West Coast show this weekend. They're in Washington, so being on the West Coast and knowing that there's a 3-hour time difference for the East Coast, and for Central's time is 2 hours. I have a feeling, Tony, I think this card is finalized. I think we're going to end up seeing just one women's match and the 8 men's matches. I think this card is final.
And you know what? With all the talk about the Triple H 5-match PLE cards and Tony Khan throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks, I wouldn't even be surprised if we start to see maybe less matches from him.
I think the happy medium is 7 to 8 for Tony Khan. I'm okay with 5 with Triple H because I know what he's doing, and I'm used to that format because I was a black and gold watcher, so right. I always knew that what to expect. 5 matches on an NXT takeover, guaranteed. Maybe a 6th if it's like the big show of the year.
Okay, so I'm not used to that little formula.
No, so I've been used to that for a few years, but that was back when WWE didn't have as many commercials. So those 5 matches, some of them would legitimately get like 45 minutes, 45 to an hour on an NXT Black and Gold show. Where it's like now it's like the matches get maybe 20 to 30 or sometimes 40 with Hell in a Cell past weekend. But then you have a big gap in between every match because they're promoting everything else. Tony, the good news is he's not promoting as much on the pay-per-views because you paid $50 for it. And he's going to say, hey, here's 8 matches. Here's 9 matches. Here's 10 matches. I'm going to make you get your money's worth.
So that Wrestle Dream, I know we already went over the matches. How many are on there? Is that because I thought that poster looked like 8 or 9 matches?
8 on the main card, 1 pre-show match as of the moment.
And today is the 9th. It is Wednesday. We have 3 days for Tony Khan to add at least 3 matches.
And he will. He averages a match a day. I will bet money right now.
I'm turning his notifications on. He probably is in the chat.
I will bet some form. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Make it another match added to
Are you
Wrestle Dream.
shitting me?
I knew it was gonna. I knew
Where is it?
there was a match added 13 hours ago. Hologram and the Beast Mortos will go in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Oh,
what?
fuck.
Get the fuck.
Oh, shit.
Bruh.
Oh, hell yeah.
Bruh.
Oh,
hold on.
Right here. Make it a 5 out of 6 fall match, Tony. Cancel every other match on Wrestle Dream and let Hologram and Beast Mortals go at it in a 3-hour Iron Man match. I don't care. Give every time. I want
How
3
did
hours.
this slide past my desk?
I got you.
No, I see it now, but like, bro, like
I was gonna say I wouldn't have been shocked,
bro. 2 out of 3 falls.
I was gonna say I wouldn't have been shocked if he tweeted tonight a new match, and then first thing I saw was the match from last night that he added.
Look, he's leaving it as his last tweet. He said they need to know. He pinned that shit, bro.
Funny
guy. I really do.
I think he's quirky. You know, I think he's a funny, quirky guy. Like, I got mad respect for Tony Khan. He's a guy who said, you know what?
Do you know his history? Did he just buy? Like, was he the owner of the Jaguars before AEW?
Yeah, well, him and his pops. Yeah, he was a part of the ownership team with the Jags with his pops, and then obviously his pops, said, hey, you could start a wrestling company, go for it. And Tony was like, fuck it, I'm going to start a wrestling company, and I'm going to call up the Cody Rhodes. I'm going to call up the Bucks. I'm going to get Kenny Omega. I'm going to create an alternative to the monopoly that WWE had. And I got a lot of respect for the guy for that. He's giving people jobs. He's letting these wrestlers wrestle and giving them work. He's letting them wrestle wherever the hell they want to wrestle. If they want to wrestle in a high school gym at your local high school, he's letting them wrestle there. He doesn't care. As long as they come to AEW and they do their job, he has no problems with it. And I respect the hell out of him for that. I also feel that sometimes he should lay the law down a little bit. And he has over the last couple of years, getting a little bit more stricter with things like the contract situation with Phoenix and Penta. Hey, look, that's business, baby. Sometimes it's it'll sting, but he's a businessman. And at the end of the day, he knew that this tag team was leaving. So he said, all right, Phoenix, I'm out on that injury time. I'm sorry, brother, but I got to hold you a little bit. I gotta play bad cop, not time cop, but bad cop.
Free him. Free him.
I mean, as a fan, yeah, free him. But as a businessman, I understand why. I get it. It's above my pay grade, but I get it. So, feuds intensifying with Bryan Danielson and Mox. Mox wants to make Danielson bleed here, Torrin. Do you think Shane O'Mac is the one pulling the strings for Moxley?
I don't even want to say yes, because I feel like that theory has been almost forced down my throat, thrown in my face, pictures, theories,
Shane Elite.
I think it would be cool for Shane McMahon to be in AEW. I don't know. As always, I like things better when there's a little bit of mystery. I thought it was like weird and quirky and cool. Like at the beginning, we're like, what the fuck is Mox talking about? Like truly before there was the Shane McMahon theory of he's the one pulling the strings. I liked it when it was like, who is it? Why is he acting this way? Like, you don't know what the fuck Moxley's going to do if he wins the title. Like, is he going to just hand it over to Shane McFucking-Man? Is he going to, like, I don't know, throw it in the trash? Like, what are we doing right here? Not in a bad way, but, like, what are we doing?
What are we doing? That is a great question.
And that's the thing. Like, it's interesting enough for me to figure it out, but I don't take too long now, Tony. Figure it out.
Yeah. Don't make this be the devil bullshit again. Don't give me no devil BS. That was a tough watch, man.
Was that a letdown? Was that a letdown for you?
Oh, such a fucking letdown, dude. Such a letdown. And
I had a feeling, and look, I didn't even watch AEW, but I literally was tweeting. I said, is there any reason why Adam Cole isn't the devil?
He was you knew he was the devil. Like, it was such and then with the execution of it with the poor Undisputed Kingdom, it was like, oh man. these poor guys, like they
leave them alone. We're getting them back to where they need to be, starting with Mike Taven.
That's it. Hey, starting with Mike and Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, Matt Taven. Shout out, Torrin. We've talked a lot about NXT and AEW. We've talked a lot about Wrestle Dream this Saturday, but let's talk about Black Masses and Constellation. So tell the people what's going on for you guys.
All right, you guys. The Black Masses and Constellations podcast. Let me just start off by saying that you can follow my co-host. You can follow me, Tortellini, with 2 underscores, like the pasta. Mike can spell it if y'all don't know how to spell tortellini.
Tortellini.
Taylor's Karma on X as well. Right now, our last episode that dropped was Bad Blood predictions. We were very, very accurate, but we were also very, very off. We wanted so much for that pay-per-view. So our next thing should be our reactions to Bad Blood. But before that, I know we had talked about All In. We had talked about All Out results. Check us out, guys. We're going to start trying to be more even with the AEW, WWE split, but we do discuss most of the pay-per-views. Usually our prediction videos go crazy, and our results video are a little blunt. So yeah, astrology, reality TV. My co-host likes hockey and working out and some of the boy sports. I do not like boy sports. I watch wrestling. I take naps. But aside from that, you can catch us on the Mouthing Off of Mike podcast. You can catch us on X. You can catch us on IG. We're just 2 young kids out here trying to make it in these streets. Life is crazy. We are just trying to make it.
I respect it. I appreciate you guys. Big shout out to Black Mass Constellation. They were putting me over big time on their podcast a couple episodes ago. So much love. Make sure you go check them out, man. Go show some love to them. They are fixtures on the nightcap, typically for Tuesdays on NXT. Obviously, we had a crazy week this week. So Torrin, thank you for joining me here tonight on your Wednesday night and being an amazing co-host for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I should have Wrestle Dream predictions at some point. I don't know when.
You got till Saturday.
I got till Saturday. I could pull a Tony Khan and hit you guys with the prediction Saturday morning, but I want to give you guys some time to breathe. So I'm hoping to have some predictions for you maybe Friday night. Let's talk. I'll let you know. Follow me at MOWM_podcast. I'll let you know what happens. Maybe I'm
holding
live.
you to that.
Maybe I'll be live for the predictions. Maybe I'll have people joining me. Maybe Torrin will be back. I don't know what anything's possible in the land of wrestling podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, from your host here, Mouthing Off with Mike, that's Torrin, host of Black Masses and Constellations. This has been the Double Shot Nightcap on Boom Broadcasting. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching the Nightcap.
Bye, guys.